We're live. Hey everybody. Gary the Carburetor is live on YouTube on election night. And Big and Jerry is right here. He's on time. I'm a couple minutes late. We got everything working, don't we? Everything working, Jerry? Let's see. I got my notification. Okay. It's November 3, 2020. I got that right. It is 7:36 here on the Pacific Coast. Last coast to close. And it'll be closing. Really? Well, the polls will be closing in 24 minutes. And we're going to be here for that big closing as we watch every channel on cable news. Every news channel on cable. Falafel just commented on my latest video, which you should check out. You can do that afterwards. It doesn't matter anymore. I was trying to have that video up. Too many videos. I didn't make it. There's 2 huge videos I didn't make. It's been rough. I'm beyond stressed. And that's aside from the results coming in. We're going to get to that first. Yeah. Falafel comment there. I got to tell her I'm live. Oh. We're going to take like 1 minute right here for us all to get on social media and share this video so people can watch me live with my unique perspective on the election. I've been following election results since early 80s. 84 probably. Okay. Share this video, then come back in 1 minute. Found a tweet by Cory Booker just 4 minutes ago. Let's see what's he saying. He is humbled by the faith you placed in me. I guess he was up for election. Ooh, and I guess he won. just told Twitter to watch my perspective on the election. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna start now. You may experience some choppy video because there's so many people on the internet right now. Okay. Let's see. So check this out. From CNN, and we're going to. Some people might not know about this. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and what is that? Oh, Newsmax. So there's four channels right there that I can keep on moving around. Yeah.
That has always been President Trump's policy. Open up, expand, and grow. Joe Biden has taken the other tack. He's being very cautious, prepare and look at health first of all, and therefore he's entertained the idea of more lockdowns. That is not popular with investors. They don't want to see that.
I don't remember that.
No. And so what you've got now is a stock market that's looking at a very significant gain in the middle of the evening.
I've heard that Trump has secretly entertained the idea of a shutdown. It all depends on if he can get something out of it, personally. So, this is cool. From here, we can look at the differing numbers. Over here on CNN, this is the electoral map right there. Biden 98, Trump 95, very close over on CNN. Something I noticed, if you go to Fox, well, they're right here. Oh, things are different now. They had Trump at around 115 or so a few minutes back. And Biden was much lower, but he's past Trump. Fox. Well, so much for that. But I saved something from Fox I want to show you. But first we will... Decision desk can now project it. Just make the rounds here.
See the impact of that on the overall numbers here. Biden 53%.
New Hampshire.
As we...
Of course, yeah, they can call that for Biden. He's going to win that. Over to Newsmax. I hardly ever watch this channel. Let's see if we can see why.
You're not concerned about Pennsylvania, Ohio, none of that.
Nope. Ohio's already in. Pennsylvania's, it looks pretty good. He's ahead in Michigan and Wisconsin. As Alfred E. Newman said, what, me worry?
So there you have it from Dick Morris. There is not a darn thing in this map right now that he is worried about. Dick, great to see you.
Thank you.
All right, let's get over to Jessie Jane Duff now, an advisory board member for Women for Trump, also a co-chair advisory board member for Veterans for
But who is he? He's some partisan guy.
Penny, great to see you.
Good to see you too, John.
And you are one of the people, Jessie, that has been out there on the campus. Keeping up with you on social media all the place.
See, CNN tries to keep it non-partisan during election results, but over on Newsmax, they go from a partisan guy, some overweight white male, so we can only guess which side he's on, but then they jump to Women for Trump.
We now see them sweating. They are sitting there now realizing that they're going to lose Florida.
I haven't made that video yet where I say these people like to see us suffer. I have no interest in that. I don't care to see Trump supporters suffer. It doesn't do anything for me.
And on social media, all the places that you have been, especially the Women for Trump. You know, again, I don't want to get too far ahead of things right now.
And then you can just click on it and get a bigger picture. Nope. Well, I was behind, but I think I just lost it.
This is Carrington Debris.
Okay, first mistake in the last few minutes.
24,000 plus votes. We come over here now.
Yeah.
Again, he's leading. It's a higher turnout election. We're only at 143,000 votes. So we just need to slow down and let them count the votes in Michigan. And again, there's a
But you probably wanted to hear that more than I did, because I already know where that was going. I know what she was talking about. I've been studying these people for a long time. And they're so focused on their opponents instead of America and helping America. They see their opponents, us, most of the American people, they see us as their enemy. And they don't just want to keep us down, like on the pavement. They like to put a knee on us too and watch us suffer. But that's not what this video is supposed to be like. Let's just get into the clip I wanted to show you. Okay. Okay, Fox News here.
Franklin County, which is Columbus, and up here in Delaware County, where I talked about a little bit before. It's a growing part of the state. I mean, also a lot of farms too up in Delaware County too. But I can buy that part of the state a little more than I can the argument. And since
okay, I'm going to fast forward to the part I wanted to see. While commenting about, notice those two guys seem to be kind of upbeat. They're very content. Smiling. It was Karl Rove? They bring on Karl Rove, man. Traitor. They all are. It's amazing. We're overrun by these people who don't care about America at all. They just hate us. Want to just keep us down. Oh, here I go again. Okay, let's get to this guy. See what he has to say.
Get a look at Texas and the vote that is coming in there so far, Bill. About 50% Joe Biden, 48%, 48.5% Donald Trump. It's close, but there's by my read, it's about 41% of the vote, and it could.
Right. Falafel's comment here I want to read, and it reminds me of what I wanted to say. She said, I'll try to watch, but I usually just hide. I can't blame you, and wait till it's over for the bad news. Well, what we have right now is bad news. But it's only bad because it's early in the election. And this election is even more so like this because this election is going to go on for many days. And CNN is mentioning that it's real early and you can't really do anything with these numbers. But over on Fox, not so much of that kind of talk. They're too busy just enjoying themselves. Remember, they don't use the words fair and balanced anymore. They got rid of that just recently. So I'm going to show you here and there why this isn't really bad news. It just looks bad. And I think that's the clip I got right here.
Be a little bit higher than that. Let us know what you're seeing there. Let's see what Carl thinks.
Sure. Rob's out of my league, by the way. Go ahead, Carl.
Well, I don't know what that means, but I'm looking at the numbers. I've been playing with them. Right now, this lead is statewide is relatively close, about 105,000 votes. And you're right, about 40-some odd percent of the vote is still out. Bexar County, San Antonio is 88% in. Dallas is 81% in. Harris County is 82% in. Travis County, my home county, is 90% in. All of those are strong for Joe Biden. Tarrant County is 90% in. That's Fort Worth. And Trump leads there by 1,000 votes. So if you're a Democrat and you got 40-some-odd% of the vote out and the big cities are largely in, that 105 is going to disappear when Taylor County comes in, Abilene, when the East Texas, Piney Woods, Smith, Longview, others start coming in. If I'm looking at this, I'm happy if I'm in the Trump headquarters. I'm saying once again, it hasn't happened if I'm sitting in the Democratic.
Carl, what do you think the margin is?
If the big cities are in, did you catch that?
It's Texas right now as you look at that.
105,000.
Right, but percentage-wise, what would that compute to over time or the next few hours?
Oh, it's over the next couple hours. Yeah. I think it's going to end up being a 3%, maybe 4% win for Trump.
And do you believe that's tighter than you expected?
Well, no, because we got a problem in the suburbs, and the problem that you're talking about in Ohio.
We got a problem in the suburbs. Is this guy partisan?
And some of what we've seen in other states, in North Carolina, Virginia, it's present in Texas. And look, one of the certainties of presidential politics is there are always changes. There is no continual certainty. No, West Virginia is now reliably Republican, used to be reliably Democrat. Other states, Kentucky, and.
But I don't think this was it. I think there was another fat white man somewhere here. I think that was the guy. Let's know what he says.
That there was something they called the hidden Trump vote, that there were people out there who intended to vote for Trump, but who did not tell not only pollsters, and that's where the media comes in, because they associated all pollsters with the media and they did not trust them. But some of them also didn't tell their friends or their coworkers or even their family. And I talked to some pollsters who were working for the larger Trump effort, and they believed it was a 2, maybe 3 percentage points. Maybe that's what we're seeing in Florida right now. On the other hand, not sure you can make that case in Georgia and North Carolina right now, but clearly the level of hostility and distrust toward the media among Trump supporters is just off the scale.
Byron, just stay with you for a moment. When you look at what Molly was discussing, you know, we see in a number of states the president coming in the 30% range with Latino voters in places where there's a large presence of those.
Got more comments in. I got a comment from the one and only MAGA 2020. But the problem is with Trump supporters, they don't have a lot to say. It's hard to talk with them, you know. He said, Trump 2020, keep America great again. And they have grammar problems. That makes it a little harder. Like, for the past few days, I've been trying to get a debate with one of them. Not that I wanted to debate one of them, but it's that I was trying to make the point that none of them would debate me. And sure enough, that's the way it turned out. So I never thought I was going to have to debate one of them. Let's see. Falafel said, "Can me too." Is that a typo? Yeah. My tab. Okay, keep going here.
The conclusion they came to was that Republicans had to do more to attract Hispanic voters. And if President Trump is in fact attracting more minority voters, black and Hispanic and other minority voters, I mean, that's a very, very big deal for him. It's kind of ironic that some of the people who were involved in the RNC study oppose President Trump very, very strongly. But nonetheless, this is something the Republican Party has been trying to do for a long time.
And in addition to all of that, Molly...
Have they really? You just give the people what they want. We're the people. We decide. See, that's the way government's supposed to work. So I don't think they've really been trying...
COVID is basically on this ballot as well.
Well, I think that is another issue that has...
I think you're going to see in some other states the Senate candidate outperforming the president. That one would be a very big deal. We all assumed, although it hasn't been called, that there would be a Republican pickup in Alabama where Doug Jones would lose his seat there.
I think that's it. I don't know. I don't think I'm finding... It could still be in here. Just a few more seconds. Commercials. Oh, here's the fat white man I'm looking for. Another comment here. I suppose mail-in ballots might yield more accurate voting, since people in the West should already have voted and won't be swayed by earlier reporting. Of votes in the East. Yep. Okay, it's exactly 8 o'clock. So, polls will be closing momentarily. But I want to do this. This leads me to where I'm going.
That these others you speak of were to hold true, the incumbent senator in Virginia, Mark Warner, would lose by like 20 points.
Skimming through this. Just skim through.
Americans, people who voted early, people who voted in person early, people who mailed in, people who voted on the day of. So once we can match that up with the vote that's coming in, we know how good our surveys were. We know how good of a job we did along with our partners at the...
Yeah, this guy is explaining how they can call states pretty early on. They're matching their polling data, when they talk to people and get the epidemiological data, they match it up with the results coming in.
National Opinion Research Center, we can see how did it cook up, right? Is the turkey done? And the turkey's done in Virginia.
You're sure?
Yep.
Okay, if it's not, you're coming back.
Yeah, you're coming back.
I'm happy. I'm happy to, as a West Virginian, I'm always happy to come back and talk smack on Virginia.
Okay, well, let's go.
If he's wrong, he gets to come back and make more money. I'm sure he's happy about these results and the call he's able to make.
Florida, right?
Yep, let's go to Florida.
What do you think? Florida, it's 93% in our probability meter. Let's call it.
Well,
right here. They want to call Florida so bad. What is going on here? Okay. And 93% sounds like a high number. So, but he's not going to call it. Check it out.
Oh, if the probability meter was a decision desk, what would we do? You would just get rid of us, and Dana would save all that money on candy.
Now it's 95%, by the way.
The president is leading in Florida. It's not unreasonable for his campaign to be optimistic about Florida, but we would also remember that Florida is a land of alligators when it comes to calling races. And there's just no reason for us right now to take a chance on calling Florida, where there is still a considerable amount of vote out, and we're not quite sure given the high numbers of early votes. So we're just not quite there yet.
What about this thing about the absentee ballots requested in different states, Florida, North Carolina?
Yeah, the irony is that the early votes were the ones by mail. The early votes are going to be the last ones counted, and will take the longest to count them. You have to, you have to open all those, all the mail to get to the ballot, and that takes time. Trump said he would like the results on election night. Well, dude, you're the president. You could have made it so they could hire more people to count the votes. Most voting in election history in the U.S. right here.
Carolina, and the ones that came back received. We know that there's a percentage every year, as Karl Rove talked about, that they just don't vote. It's usually 5-8% that don't get returned. But there's, when you're talking a big number, like hundreds of thousands of absentee ballots that have not come back.
Well, one of the things that makes it challenging for everybody, whether you're watching at home, whether you're on a campaign, whether you're a forecaster, whatever, when you turn up the volume on early and absentee votes by 50%, right? When you have this massive increase in all of these votes, it's going to make these numbers screwy, right? It's going to make things look different. What we do mostly in our work is compare this year to that year, this year to that year. How does it look now versus how did it look then? Because there are incremental changes in demography and incremental changes in turnout. This is one of the most significant changes in the way we conduct elections in our lifetimes, to go from basically 40% votes early and absentee to 60% in early and absentee. And if that's the kind of change you're looking at, you're going to see huge numbers of weird stuff if you compare it to 2016.
By the way,
don't worry about it.
The sizes of Donald Trump and Joe Biden, accurate.
Yes, they're correct.
They are actually that to scale.
It's nice of them to come and stand on either side of the map with us tonight as we figure all this out.
Let's bring in Bill Hemmer to continue the grilling. Bill Hemmer, you got Chris
I think Chris is better in the bow tie.
I guess that's it. So anyway, oh no, he's still going.
Safe from whence all of these outstanding ballots have come. But I can say this, we've got to be focused on our probabilities here instead of just the raw vote. And North Carolina is a key state. It is hard to get the president home without North Carolina. It's possible, but it is a key state, and it is one of the ones we're watching the most closely.
Of the remaining 14%, we can't say where it's coming from, but I can tell you these are 3 rural counties right here that are still in gray.
I wanted to mention, I should have mentioned earlier, that I believe the odds experts in their charts saying that Biden has about a 90% odds of winning, higher than Hillary. This just looks bad, but we remember the last 4 years. This is an impeached president. This is somebody who's killed a lot of people on multiple fronts, even without COVID. He's killed people. Everyone's miserable. And sure, you can try to scapegoat the other side as much as you want. But if you keep Trump in office, you're going to keep getting these same results. He is not getting rid of COVID-19. He got rid of it personally. He is done with it. It's on you now.
In the peach state, but Donald Trump right now with a 14-point lead.
And also, not only is tonight going to end looking good for Trump, but it might look good for him for days. But we are going to count all the votes. We are not going to let them get away with what they want to get away with. And Trump has even said this out loud. He's not hiding anything anymore. He said that he plans to call himself the winner on election night tonight. First of all, it's not for him to call. You don't call yourself the winner. Secondly, he only wants to do that because it'll manipulate the situation. And he is all about manipulating situations. By the way, I predict that he will call himself winner around 11 tonight, Pacific time. 3 hours away.
If you're undecided late enough, you may just say, I can't do it. I can't pull the trigger for either one of these guys. And so a lot of has been his sort of the difficulty throughout for him, which is when he was an unknown commodity 4 years ago, you had a huge number of undecided voters with an open seat, and they broke substantially for Trump at the end and took him over. There was not that kind of effect this time, and instead, as you point out, we've been living in this, it's been a Groundhog Day election. We've been living in basically the same construct of this race from day one.
Right, so sorry, just one more thing. What we've
for Democrats in those urban areas who see Trump on television 5 times a day and think about the coronavirus spread factor and that stuff, and that they get fired up to go vote too.
We're going to make some calls. You're not even with the decision desk, but I want to ask you one more thing. Trump's biggest vulnerability as you see it right now on this map, Biden's biggest vulnerability as you see it right now on this map. See it right now on this map.
Just think of the Mason-Dixon line. Anything south of the Mason-Dixon line, that south of the border of Pennsylvania, that Joe Biden wins is big trouble for Donald Trump. And conversely, any contested the winningest Ryder Cup play.
Okay, we're done with that.
We also know Pennsylvania's not a small state either.
Now for what I want to say. We got another comment in. Trump can win Florida and still lose the election. That is correct. Yep. Jerry thinks Biden will win too. Yep. Even though we've had zero good news in 4 years, 4.5, it doesn't mean that good news is over. See, that's a mistake that gamblers make. Actually, no. Never mind. Trends. Yeah, we're in a trend, but trends don't last. Oh. Okay, so I was watching Fox, and they were talking about how, compared with 2016, Trump is doing better in a Florida county named Broward County. What's that word? Yeah, I think Broward County, Florida. He's doing better than 2016. But they failed to mention that this is the county we are familiar with from the 2000 election, where it took 30 days to count every vote, because in Broward County, it was so close. Now, the reason Trump is doing better tonight is because Trump has been targeting Broward County, but not targeting in the way you'd expect a politician to, like maybe go there, listen to the people, and see what they want, and do what the American people want. No, that's not the way Trump targets people. He has targeted the area by targeting the post office. Yes. And that's the reason that if you look at the fine print on Fox News there, you see that 16% of the votes are in, compared with 30% for a county right next to it. That's a little hint for you.
To 1.2, just to go back in time and remember, 2.9, 2.9. We have a long way to go, and turnout is higher this time, right? So this is just shy. This is just shy of 6. You added just shy.
Yeah, I was close. Broward. Oh, wait, yeah. Not Broward. Broward rhymes with coward. Okay. Yeah, I'll never forget now. Okay, it's time to catch up with the poll closing and what's going to happen. I don't think anything's going to happen. Let's see.
6 million, and we're not there. We're just not there. And so if you're looking at the map as a Republican, you're grateful that it's red, but it's really early on. We got a long way to go. And again, I'm going to be a
tight race.
Looking at Northampton County here.
Look at this. CNN has the headline, "Close election may come down to Arizona, Pennsylvania." Now over on MSNBC, tight race may come down to Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Arizona, and almost exactly the same thing. Let's see what Fox says. President Trump wins crucial 29 Florida electoral votes. They just called Florida for Trump, and they wanted to do it so badly. But why? Hasn't Florida suffered enough? Along with everybody else? Okay, so let's go check out the channels. This is live.
To get to on social media. First, we did want to give you an update on that 11th district race in North Carolina. We know Madison Cawthorn has
I don't think so. Oh, hey. Well, they got nothing to say.
Donald Trump in 2016, he was able to flip Michigan, he was able to flip Wisconsin, able to flip Iowa, and then this was almost a flip. Yeah, Minnesota, the last time it went for a Republican.
Yep, Russ got a lot of reds.
Biden still has 192 electoral college votes. Trump now has 114 electoral college.
But it's just Mississippi. Right? Too early to call. I was right. Nothing's going to happen at 8. It's 8:19. Reconnection. Yep, been losing connection, haven't I? That is to be expected. Ah! Yes, Trump does. He trumps everybody and grabs them by whatever they got. And yep. Worst case scenario, people, I was thinking of this. If Trump should happen to win, which could happen, anything can happen. Oh, that's a Rush lyric. But that's a positive song. Yes. If that were to happen, well, something good for me is that I won't be watching news anyway. So I can just pretend that things are okay. I did that all through the 80s. I was surprised to hear the 80s were bad for, world conditions. And Rush's album, Grace Under Pressure, is all about that. I never knew that. There was a lot of war in that album. Yeah, you got it from the news. So if we get Trump back, well, then it just means that natural consequences will pick up and the world and nature is always trying to create a balance. So to get things back in balance, what has to happen is people who caused Trump to happen are going to have to learn. Eventually, the
4,000 vote lead over Trump, 57.3% to 40% in Minnesota, 10 electoral votes there. In Iowa right now, 59% of the estimated vote is in. Very close. Biden's lead is almost 40,000 over Trump, 50.9% to 47.3%. 6 electoral votes in Iowa right now. Let's go back to John King.
Count them, 6. Iowa. So still nothing going on here.
4 years ago when we were looking.
And these people are going to stay up all night. They got a hard job. And they're going to be trying to cover nothing. Why stay up? I'm not staying up. No. I may get to bed a little early.
Donald Trump. I think that people have very easily sort of fallen into this idea that there was the Republican Party until Trump, and now there's Trumpism, and we don't really know what the Republican Party is outside of that. If he has an appeal whatever you make of it, that is unchanged by all external events. What does that do for other candidates in his party, having to decide whether they're going to ally with him or not on individual policy issues or individual crises that won't affect the way that viewers view him at all?
You know, it's a great question. I think one of the things we've seen in the era of Trump, and I think we're seeing it in some senses tonight compared to 2018, that no one...
Not close. It's early in Florida because there's quite a few votes out there floating around. And for Texas, it'd be interesting to see it turn blue for the first time I've been paying attention to politics. That would be something, and we haven't gotten there yet. Texas is a huge state. Am I right, Jerry? Okay. But for right now, it's tight, and so...
As always, thank you, my friend. We will be back with you. We're going to take a quick break now, and then we're going to come back. When we come back on the other side of this break, we're going to be talking about some new data that we've just got in Pennsylvania. Again, Pennsylvania, potentially all important tonight. And the data coming in county by county in Pennsylvania is wildly different from county to county in terms of which part of the vote is coming in first, when counties plan to report the rest of the vote. As we watch this, it is helter-skelter in the Keystone State. That's next.
Now, those numbers might be surprising to you at first. That's Biden's home state. But see, the number of followers being killed is just collateral damage. But these numbers are going to change, of course. Let's see, difference. Yep. See, too early to call, even with 45%.
Who's the next president?
Oh, that is interesting. I flipped over to Fox just in time to hear someone want to bring up the conversation. Is there any way we'd be able to call?
Do we or do we?
No.
I mean, that's
North Carolina is potentially callable tonight. Potentially.
No, but that doesn't decide it.
I think so. Will hold on to that seat in North Carolina, and that, you know, if you care about the Senate, and of course Mitch McConnell is, I'm sure he's counting every nose, that, you know, that North Carolina race will be really important.
Yeah.
And he's ahead. Tillis is ahead.
He's ahead.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And Trump is ahead in North Carolina, obviously. So, but if he holds North Carolina, that's just a hold.
Right.
Right. That's not a shift.
So,
all right. So let's
need to know. I mean, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan now become crucial.
Which we always knew they would, but maybe not this much. We have some explainers about Arizona. Shannon Bream, is that right? At the with the voter analysis,
Yes.
looking into Arizona and why we maybe called it for Joe Biden.
Yeah, we got a little information for you guys. New data from our Fox News voter analysis on why Biden won Arizona. As you've pointed out, this is the first state that flipped from Trump to Biden, or from Republicans back in 2016 now to the Democrat. So in 2016, President Trump won by just over 3 points. He has not taken Arizona for granted this year. He was there 7 times, least. A lot of people retired to Arizona, helping seniors make up
I'm noticing some connection problems. I hope things are going okay. Oh yeah, looks like it's working now.
split. Hispanics, of course, an important and growing group in Arizona, key to the vote there. President Trump had hoped his conservative views would ring true with them, but 6 in 10 Hispanic voters in Arizona decided to back Biden. Arizona was hit hard by the coronavirus there, and few voters feel that the spread there is under control. Indeed, a majority said the virus is...
Well, she doesn't want to come out and actually say it's not under control. He says, like when news people cop out and say, and they just pass it to somebody else. These few voters don't think that it's under control. So Fox is calling Florida, but are the other channels? Good connection now. Let's check that.
Softer turnout in Milwaukee, they think. Blowout in Madison, likely a red mirage, blue shift kind of night. They think that
Left in the Sun Belt that I do think is probably going to.
They're not mentioning it, but it looks like it's off the table for all these channels. But I still say no, it's not. You know,
Could be the revenge of Senator John McCain.
Florida, too close to call. Well, that was 20 years ago. Now it's just too soon to call. Yes. But still, you know, Florida continues to be a thorn in the United States.
That's going to take a while. We need to get more vote in, but it looks very promising for Biden. Then we're down to the blue wall. And those states, because they're not used to the kind of absentee wave we're having this year, and because their rules require you to count on Election Day, are going to take a while, like all day tomorrow, maybe even into Thursday morning before we get full numbers. So I've done a lot of Michigan races. I would tell everybody to take a breath and understand they're not going to get instant gratification there because they're not going to be seriously counting, you know, the real bulk of the vote until tomorrow.
Mike.
See, 45% in is a lot, but it's too early to call, they say. See, and that's right. That should be for Florida, too. Not much talk about the Senate. I'd like to see the Senate flip, at least. If we could just get that, that'd be something. They're not talking about it, though, so I'm going to have to end my stream without any news. I might do another live stream, like when some news comes up, when the next few days, maybe. But I guess we can wrap up. I think I said it all. Remember to watch my video. Although that's not really a video to put you to sleep. Maybe you should wait till morning. Okay. Yeah, the video called My Reaction to the Song Won't Get Fooled Again. Hey, hey. We will see. And also, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see my next live stream. Yeah, even though I'm retired, I'm still gonna, when something comes up, I will say what I have to say. So thanks for watching. See you later, everybody. And also, you know, a lot of people aren't going to survive this era, but I'm going to. And stick with me, and I'll take you with me.